Morning! And today you find me on my way to my brother's in London. He's not too good, so I'm going up to see him. Simple as that. If he was in fine health, I probably wouldn't visit. That's how lazy I am. But yeah, not long come back from Vegas. First vlog I've done in ages, really. I don't know, really. It's just haven't felt it. Haven't felt the need for it. Haven't wanted to do it. Oh dear. Indicated the last moment. Beautiful. 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 Yeah, I haven't felt the need for... Well, there's never really been a need. But I just haven't. I've been out. I've lost all my bits to cover up my Speedo, so like this one, it'll be fairly subdued. But as I say, I just got back from Vegas, which was awesome, really. I would never go back, but it was, I don't know, amazing. Amazing. You've just got the Strip. Everything outside of the Strip is either flat wasteland waiting to be built on, or low level housing, or small blocks of flats. And it is all about the Strip, which isn't surprising. I mean, Vegas was built for the gambling, and that is what it's all about. There's great amounts of opulence and greed, and it's quite sad, really, the amount of people just sat at machines just pumping money into them. And you can go out of an evening from your hotel and you'll come back and the same person is sat at the same machine pummeling in money. Now, there's lots of casinos and there's lots of machines, but when we went, which was a couple of weeks ago, which was, what was that, mid-November, what's today, about the 8th of December, so yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know whether that's just our quiet period or what, but it wasn't, the casinos as such weren't busy, but you did have, obviously, the tourists, like me and the missus, wandering the streets and taking pictures, or in my case, little videos. And it was the hustle and bustle of that was what I was expecting when I went to New York, but I didn't get it in New York. I was expecting more populace in the casinos and less on the actual Strip. I don't know why, mad way of thinking, but that's what I was expecting, and it was the reverse. Try that again. The casinos were quite quiet all the time. And we were there for the weekend, and it was quite quiet. But the Strip, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of walking to do. A hell of a lot of walking to do. Did I mention there's there's some walking to do. But there's some fantastic places to see. I mean, we hit quite a few of the casinos. We definitely didn't hit all of them, but I say casinos, I mean hotels, and the grandeur and the styling and everything of particularly the foyers. was amazing. That exceeded expectations. That really was. I think Caesar's Palace and probably the Bellagio were the kiddies. But yeah, the foyers, and when we were staying at the Cosmopolitan, which was very grandiose. And when you said to people you're staying at the Cosmopolitan, they seemed to be like, wow. So I don't know whether that was because it is one of the better ones on the strip. I don't know. But yeah, it was quite fabulous. Yes, it was quite lovely, as were a lot of the places. But then you got into the insides, the seedier sides, which was the casinos, and quite cleverly, there's no windows in the casino, there's no clocks in the casino, and the exit signs are very, very small. So you don't actually have much of an idea of how much time has passed, which is quite clever. Keeps them in there, keeps them locked in gambling. We did do zip wire through the Mojave. But you weren't allowed to hold the camera. You had to have the mount, either chest mount or helmet mount, and I didn't have anything with me, so unfortunately I've only got footage of other people going down. And not me. But it is I think the first one we went on was the second longest in the United States, and you reach sort of 65 mile an hour, they reckoned, between 60 and 70, and that was really good. It was a bit chilly. I went in shorts and t-shirt and you're in the desert and it's the evening, so it's getting a bit chilly. So yeah, I did chill down a bit, but no, I survived it. I survived, and the crew that were doing it were absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, the entertainment value for that alone was quality. And then we did We did the Hoover Dam. Which, well, all dams are, aren't they? Masterful feat of engineering. But yeah, it was awesome. But I did expect it to be bigger. All my life I've heard how much things are bigger and better in the United States, and like the Statue of Liberty, I expected that to be massive. It's only a little fella. Well, it's not a little fella, she's a little woman, but you know what I mean, she's a little woman. I thought it was going to be as big as the Empire State Building or something, but it's not, she's tiny. Perhaps that's the trouble with New York. Everything is so, all the buildings and everything are so big and everything. Nice, mate. That everything else looks tiny. I did feel very insignificant. But yeah, it's quite an amazing place. Anyway, back to Vegas. Yeah, as I say, it is quite amazing that it is just the Strip. Anything off the Strip. Is very desolate. I mean, we was meant to go to a show at the, what was it? The Tuscany, I think it was called. And we had to wander down there and get our tickets. Don't bother accelerating. Nice, mate. Yeah, we had to wander down there and get our tickets. And the further you got off the Strip, the more, I don't know, deprived it felt. And we was probably had to walk down about 5 blocks off the Strip, so I don't know, half a mile, something like that. And yeah, as I say, it was, you just got that feeling it was going downhill. And I've lived in some ropey places, so you know the feeling. And it was, for all the wealth and everything of the Strip, it was quite disgusting just how bad it was off the Strip. it really did show you on a big scale in a little place the actual greed of humankind. And I don't mean kind in a nice way, like really kind. I mean humankind as in us educated apes that are destroying the fucking planet. Yeah, get over a bit. You fucking mong. Godstone Redhill. I think I want to go around here. I don't know why. A25, isn't it? Don't want to go up on the M25 just yet. But yeah, it was fantastic to see. I'm glad I saw it. And yeah, I'd never go back. Even the bloody roads, they're a nightmare. Nightmare. I mean, we complain about the potholes and that in our roads, but these roads are just rough. And we went down the interstate to get to the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon. Hired a Mustang convertible. Which was very nice. Still trying to convince the missus of getting one of them. Yeah, so we hired this Mustang to go cruising, and that's all you are doing. I spoke to the taxi driver who took us to the car hire place and said, you know, what's it like for speed cameras and all the rest of it, and he was like puzzled at speed cameras, but he said you get the state troopers proper hiding in places and they'll have you. They are definitely waiting for you. And on the trip out, we must have seen, I think it was 4, including the trip to the Grand Canyon. It must have been about 4 state troopers, and they were hidden sort of under brows of hill and stuff. Which was, what was slowing down? Well, no one's fucking crossing. You bloody English drivers. Look out, someone couldn't reverse into the parking space. Nutter. Utter nutter. Yeah, so you're concerned about the state troopers, so we've got a few miles to cover. And speed limit on the interstate is 65 miles an hour, and you think, oh my god, you got a dual carriageway, in some cases triple carriageway, and you're doing 65. Now obviously the locals are, I was going to say hammering it down there, but they're not. They're sort of probably 75, maybe 80 at a pinch. But nothing to the fucking, oh, swearing, nothing to the nutty fucking speeds we do. Biggin Hill, let's go up Biggin Hill. And then you turn off the interstate onto a road like this, and I know in the UK ours are getting even worse. It's getting quite prolific with the white line down the centre and 50 mile an hour speed limit and all that. It's the do-gooders closing us down. It's not that they don't want you to have fun, they just don't want you to progress anywhere. Nobody needs to get anywhere unless it takes 10 hours. Yeah, so you've headed up the interstate, you've done 65 all the way up. You turn off of that onto roads like, as I say, like this. And then it's 45. And then you'll hit a town, well I say a town, a scattering of houses and trailers. And it's 35, and then you'll come up to a bend similar to this, and I'm doing 60 because obviously that's the speed limit. Oh yeah, bastard. And you'll come up to a bend like that and it'll go down to 25. And it's like all the time you're looking out for state troopers and all the rest of it, and it's infuriating. You've got a fucking Mustang GT underneath your ass with, I don't know, 5 litre engine in it and an awful lot of horses to get you going, and you're doing 25 mile an hour around corners. And sure enough, I was heading down the road and long straight road which was 45 mile an hour limit. There was a couple of people up my chuffer, so I accelerated to 55 thinking, right, at least that's a bit of a flow, because for some reason they could hang on my bumper but couldn't overtake. Go over the brow reel, there's a state trooper. Now he didn't give chase, so I don't know whether the next time I enter the States it will be a case of oh, by the way, you owe us £2 for your speeding ticket. But yeah, it's infuriating. Badly kept roads, and they are rough, and then ridiculous speed limits. No wonder it takes them so long to get anywhere. But overall, I'd recommend Vegas once. We went for 4 nights, and that was enough. We saw enough. We absorbed enough. I didn't do any gambling because I'm not a gambler. But there's more than enough to see and do in Vegas. But yeah, I wouldn't go back.